Are we a modern hip hop song? Or a bunch of pirates with all of the "but here" we've got? Here we have the three misguided Hiveteers in their journey of delusion to take down the biggest, baddest bounties in Kenshi. We have Swampy Dog the tank, Kinsey the rogue, and Gnu the DPS. Together they make up the three Hiveteers, the most fearsome bounty hunters in all of the land. Okay, maybe not yet, but they will be. A slight setback and we might have lost a leg against some hungry bandits. But this is just an opportunity to turn our Hiveteers into the Cyberteers. But that is not going to work without money and without forgetting our original purpose, which is bounty hunting. So we're going to go around and hire all of the mercenaries that we can, and we are going to go and find our first bounties and then become the greatest bounty hunters in all of the land. With a little bit of support and a helping hand, I think we are ready to go after the first lot of bounties, and we will be going after the Black Dragon Ninjas. They're close by and should be a fairly simple bounty for us. What was a largely uneventful journey, we have now just been ambushed by a bunch of wild mules, and the mercenaries don't seem to want to help us. So what is the point of hiring someone to defend you if they won't defend you? Whenever you're ready, lads, feel free to jump in, because we can do this all day. Okay, that is more like it. The mercenaries are finally doing their job, which is leaving Swampy Dog and Gnu to solo two mules by themselves, which is pretty reasonable. Mercenaries are tidying everything up, and this is going to be a whole load of animal skins and meat for us. Over encumbered from all the animal skins and meat, so why don't you go full hog and get the extra experience? Bounty hunters, are you ready? We are not ready for this. We are not going to do great. And yet again, the mercenaries, fantastic. They're just so useful. You know, they don't get involved, they don't protect you, and there we go, lads, get in there. Now we might actually stand some sort of a chance. We're going to need to find Buzon and hunt them down and take down Bismarck as well. Once we have those two, strip them of their weapons, strip them of their armor, and then try to get out before we get overrun. Unless we win, which there is a chance that we might. I know ninjas are meant to be anonymous and they're meant to kind of like blend in and stuff, but I literally can't tell who is who at the moment. So yeah, this is getting really useful for trying to focus down Buzon and Bismarck, but you know, give it some time, maybe it works out. Let's drop some of these bodies off. Can't become the world's greatest bounty hunter if you can't swing a sword. And whoop whoop, best get stuck in. We need our reputation to be untarnished and impressive, so the more stuff we can kill, the more beastie and scary will be, and then hopefully the bigger bounties we'll be able to get. And that is the dream. Find the biggest bounties in Kenshi, find the biggest bounties in the land, and start wrecking face. Would you look at that, we have found both Bismarck and Buzon. The mercenary guild is doing their job and getting involved, so I think that this is going to turn out pretty well. We might as well make the most of this armour. Some of it's going to be good, some of it's going to be useful. A bunch of it we can't wear the boots, we can't wear the helmet, we can't wear the shirt, and unfortunately the trousers are offer sweet all in the way of protection, but you know, small price to pay, and we're going to get our hands on a very nice Ep2 rip-off. Being the super clever cookie that I am, it turns out the name isn't Bismarck. Oh, the name's Demac. I'm an idiot. So yeah, we have both of them secure now. We only have one chest left in the tower to get, and then it is time to move back to the way station and then look to get rid of the bounties. Why wouldn't the dust bandits show up as we're trying to disengage and get out with all of our hives beaten up, and if any of them go down we lose a bounty? Yeah, that is perfectly reasonable, can't complain. And there went Demac, went flying off somewhere. So we're going to have to go and find Demac pretty soon. And yeah, as always, the mercenary guild finally shows up and tries to get involved when it's too late. But oh well, they are involved, the dust bandits are cleared up, and now all we need to do is find Demac, and then we should be in a pretty sweet situation to get back to the way station. My least favourite spot in Kenshi. Many a character has bled out in that hole because you cannot get to them, you can't pick them up, you can't first aid them, but we're still going to try because that is 40,000 cats worth just laying there, and if we can get them, hopefully we will, but we shall see. Unfortunately, we had to give up on Demac. Couldn't get to her, couldn't heal her, couldn't pull her out, so she has bled out, and now we have 20k cats just laying in that hole. But this is pretty much everything we managed to loot on the way to the tower and in the tower and from the ninjas. So it's a decent haul, and we still have Buzon. And the dust bandits show up at the most opportune moment again. You guys are the reason the gene pool needs a lifeguard. All points considering, it is quite nice to see the mercenary guild doing what the mercenary guild's paid to do. So let's take out some dust bandits. Not that they're really that much of a threat considering our numbers. If it was just the free hives, obviously yeah, the free hives would go down, but it's not the free hives. And thankfully, GNU went down, but he was not carrying Buzon, so we don't need to worry. That is Kinsey's job, and Kinsey is nice and far back out of the fight, so we don't need to worry about that bounty getting pinged off somewhere else as well. Kinsey might have just aggroed a Dust Bandit, but I reckon he can hold the line. We also have a bunch of Rangers behind us, and yeah, the Rangers strike again. So Kinsey is now free. He's going to go help support everyone else, and I think that is the Dust Bandits done. The Dust Bandits have all been cleared up, just waiting to regroup, and then we're going to go on our way back to the way station. With the rest of the journey back to the way station being largely uneventful, we are going to sell everything off that is consumable or we're not going to use, because we're going to need all of the space that we can get, because we are going to go after another set of bounties. We are going after a larger fish this time, and we have found another set of mercenaries, so we're going to take them with us. So we now have 3 squads of mercenaries going to the next bounty. Rested, fed and ready, it is time to go after the next bounty. We'll be going after the Dust King. With it being decided amongst the hives that they want all this reputation and all of the bounties for themselves, this is the last time they will work with a group of mercenaries, for they want to be the 3 Hiveteers, the greatest mercenaries in the land, and they kind of won't be if they have to rely on 30 other guys to help them out. So with that, this is the final battle with our mercenary squad before they all get disbanded and the 3 Hiveteers strike out on their own. Ooh, now this is a nice find. A couple lost iron spiders. Don't mind if we do. This will give us a broken AI core, some iron plates and some electrical components, aka a whole bunch of monies. Time to see if this extra squad of mercenaries is going to be worth their 6,000 cats. So the plan on this is super simple and pretty straightforward. We're going to send Swampy Dog up, and he is going to open the gate. Swampy Dog's the only one of my hives that's going to be able to take a harpoon to the face and survive. So he's going to go up, he's going to open the gate, and then we're going to retreat back. See if anyone follows us. If they do follow us, we can pick them apart, because we cannot fight the Dust Bandits in a straight up battle. We will simply get overrun, and the Dust King is far too powerful. Some of these Dust Bandits have skills up in the 80s, which makes them super dangerous. So we're going to go in, come back, see what happens, and then we've got to keep an eye out for the Dust King. If we can find the Dust King and we can aggro him, hopefully we can draw him out of the Dust King's tower and then have everyone jump on him at the same time, and that might be the best way to take him down. But we can't get too close to the walls, because if those harpoons start firing down on us, we are in trouble, because a lot of our guys, especially 2 of our hives, but a lot of the mercenaries we've got with us are wearing light armor. So it'll be my fault, but it'll be their problem, and I wouldn't expect a lot of them to survive. So we'll just keep an eye out for the Dust King, and then we'll move from there. And right on cue, there is the big boy. So we'll get Swampy Dog aggro onto him, see what happens. He's running, so let's get him out. And yeah, we have got the Dust King. We took a harpoon, hence why we're using Swampy Dog. We'll pull everyone back, make sure the Dust King follows us, then once he does, we'll just get everyone going in on him at once. And he is by himself. This couldn't have worked out any better for us. But it is not over yet. The Dust King is a thick boy and a powerhouse, rocking all masterwork armor and a butcher's grade hunting saber, which is yet again just another knockoff of a Mei-2 weapon. He has some incredible stats, and he's about 2.5 times tougher than a normal Humie in the game. So he's going to be super difficult to take down. He's going to kick out so much damage, and he's going to be able to take so many hits, it's untrue. Even when we're hitting him, we're doing sweet all damage. So most of this is going to come down to the Rangers just hitting him as much as they can, hopefully stun locking him. And it seems that his left arm is not armoured, so we might be able to take advantage of that and then break him down that way. Hopefully he bleeds out, or maybe we get enough damage on him that he becomes unconscious. But it is going to be a tight fight. Somebody call Kenny Loggins, because we are in the danger zone now. We're super close to their crossbows. They aren't quite firing yet, which we have got super lucky on. We have to keep engaging him because he's a juggernaut and his regen is insane. So he'll just be able to pull back, heal up, and then come back out. And everything we've done to this point would be worth now. And also his stats are going to go up super quick. So if we let him retreat or anything like that, he's going to come back and he's going to be stronger. He's going to be tougher. He's going to be better at fighting, and he's going to have way better toughness. So we got to stay on it the best that we can and hopefully just grind him down over time. But it looks like he is soon to bleed out, and then we're just going to strip him of all of his kit, pick him up, then he won't be a threat. He is putting up one serious fight. He can't take much more. Fantastic, he is down. And look at all this lovely masterwork armor. So what I'm thinking, GNU gets the helmet, Swampy Dog gets the trousers, Swampy Dog also gets the hunting saber, then the rest of that we can figure out. I don't know if it's just me, but GNU is looking pretty terrifying right now, and here are two of our prey. This should be a nice amount of cats for us. All we need to do now is get back into the Dust King's tower and kill off the rest of those mingy oxygen thieves, and we will be able to loot his treasure. Not that it's going to be a crazy amount, but he normally has a decent crossbow in there, which I'm sure Kenshi would love to have. But now the Dust King is dead, well, not dead but captured, taking down the tower is going to be a lot easier. It's not going to be simple, but it will be fairly straightforward because of my in-depth planning. Charge. Feel like might just let everyone down with that. That was meant to come across far cooler than it was, but it didn't happen. But standard template for taking a castle. Charge at it, hope for the best, take out the crossbows, which GNU is doing by himself, the little clever cookie. Good Hive him. And then we got everyone in samurai armor fighting everyone else in samurai armor, so, you know, super easy to identify a friend from foe. Kenshi's running up. Kenshi's being a bit of an MVP, really, keeping Buzon happily out of danger. He is using a junk bow, which does live up to its name, but eventually we will be able to get him a better one. It is starting to look pretty good for us now. We have one of the walls secured, so that is 2 lots of crossbows out of the picture. They do have the advantage on the high ground in the compound, but we are working through the lowlands pretty nicely. The second wall seems to be pretty much abandoned, so once we take this one, we go in, all regroup into the middle, and then start pushing through, and I reckon that is going to give us the best chance. GNU has taken a crossbow to the leg, so his leg is pretty mashed up, but he is adamant that he wants to become a cyber hive, so we're going to let his leg bleed out and drop off, and then we will go and put a new prosthetic leg on him, hopefully giving him a bit more staying power and speed. We have secured the compound and now are moving into the tower, so the gate's secure and the 2 walls. All we need to do is just push into that Dust King tower, wipe out the last of the Dust Bandits, and then get to looting. And then we have wiped out the Dust Bandits pretty much. All that will happen now is they'll still spawn, but the Triangle Bandits will take this place over, which will be another nice bounty and a bunch more loot, which will be pretty good. We're going to have GNU hide off in the corner so no one tries to heal him, so we can drop his leg off, and then we will be able to start creating our cyber hives. Slight oversight on my part, it turns out our spare leg is a right leg and GNU lost his left leg, which doesn't put us in a great situation, but what we do have is we now have a specialist toothpick for Kenshi, which is going to make him pretty rapid fire and dangerous. So we're just going to need to take a moment. We're going to go around all of the Dust Bandits and see if any of them have a left leg that we can give to GNU. Less than ideal. We have gone around every single Dust Bandit and none of them have a left leg. We've searched every crate, every barrel, every locked chest within the Dust King's tower and no leg. So we are running into the issue of we've got 2 bounties, which both we want to keep, and we also have a guy that is now crawling. So we need to figure out a strategy to get him back to the way station. I suppose we could just run across, drop one of the bounties off in the Shek territory, loot back, come back, drop it off, give him the leg, and then we're going to go and then we're up to 3 hives, which is a possibility, but that seems like a very convoluted way to sort a missing leg out. So if you have any ideas, just drop them in the comment sections below, and thank you for watching episode 2 of the Free Hiveteers.